If you're running a small business and you feel like you're working non-stop but still not moving forward, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll understand why being cheap doesn't just lower your income. It quietly drains something much more dangerous, and most people don't notice it until years later. You'll see why more customers don't always mean more money, why staying busy can actually trap you, and why this problem is even harder in the USA. And by the end, you'll understand how profitable businesses think differently, without hype, without hustle, and without burning out. If you want clarity instead of exhaustion and sustainability instead of stress, don't skip this video. What you're about to hear is subtle, but expensive to ignore. Let me say something that might feel uncomfortable at first. Being cheap feels safe. It feels smart. And honestly, when you're just starting out, it feels like the responsible choice. But here's the part nobody explains clearly. Being cheap is actually one of the most dangerous decisions you can make in business. Not immediately, but slowly. And that's what makes it scary. Most people don't realize what it's costing them until the damage is already done. I'll explain exactly how this happens. But first, you need to see the belief that causes it. If you're a business owner, a freelancer, an employee, or even a creator in the USA, this video might change how you think about money, pricing, and growth, because this isn't really about charging more. It's about why cheap businesses quietly fall apart, even when they look busy and successful from the outside. And this collapse doesn't happen all at once. It happens in stages, and most people mistake it for progress. That's why staying with this matters. Almost everyone starts with the same belief. Lower prices mean more customers, and more customers mean more money. It sounds logical. It feels clean. And that's exactly why beginners trust it. When you're new, when nobody knows you, when attention is scarce, being cheaper feels like the fastest way to survive. But here's what no one breaks down honestly. That equation only works on paper. In real life, it ignores two things that decide everything: who those customers are and what they actually cost you. And once you see what really happens next, you'll understand why so many people feel stuck, even when they're doing everything right. Most people don't choose cheap pricing because of strategy. They choose it because of emotion, fear of rejection, fear of being ignored, fear that no one will choose them at all. So they lower the price, not to compete, but to feel accepted. At the beginning, it feels like survival mode. I just need clients. I just need work. I'll raise prices later. And for a while, it even feels good. You stay busy, you feel productive, you feel safe. But here's the shift most people miss. Busy is not the same as building. And once that confusion sets in, a hidden cost starts accumulating, quietly, every single day. Cheap pricing doesn't attract better customers. It attracts price-sensitive customers. Customers who expect everything but respect nothing. Customers who complain more, leave faster, and almost never come back. Now combine that with longer working hours, thin or non-existent margins, constant stress, and no room to hire or grow. This is why most businesses don't fail fast. They don't collapse dramatically. They quit tired, burned out, frustrated, stuck. Most people don't fail in their first year. They give up exhausted after 3 to 5 years. And in the USA, this problem becomes even more dangerous because the environment doesn't forgive inefficiency. Here's why. In the USA, being cheap doesn't mean being smart. Labor is expensive, living costs are high, time is valued, reviews matter, and reliability beats discounts every single time. American customers don't reward effort. They reward consistency. They're not asking, who's the cheapest? They're asking, who shows up every time? Who doesn't create problems? Who can I trust again? In the USA, success isn't loud, it's predictable. And that's why the winners look very different than most people expect. The winners usually don't look impressive from the outside. They're calm, structured, and reliable. Honestly, they're a little boring. And that's the point. They charge enough to deliver consistently, to say no to bad clients, to build systems, and to protect their margins. They don't hustle harder. They remove chaos. And this mindset isn't limited to business. It applies to you too, even if you're not a business owner. If you're a business owner, cheap pricing makes you replaceable. If you're a freelancer, cheap work keeps you stuck at beginner level. If you're an employee, undervaluing yourself limits your leverage. And if you're a creator, chasing views instead of trust quietly kills long-term growth. Because price is positioning. Cheap means replaceable. Reliable means respected. Trust scales. Discounts don't. Being cheap feels safe in the short term. Charging properly feels uncomfortable in the short term. But long-term winners always choose sustainability over comfort. That's why cheap businesses don't lose immediately. They lose slowly, quietly, predictably. If this video helped you see business a little differently, not emotionally, but strategically, subscribe, not for motivation, not for hype, just for clarity.